Yes, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking our time, you know. It has the time is again upon us, you know. The time is upon us. I know this one will try to do that.
That's what I used to bust, you know.
That is that porn music, that 80s porn boy.
One time. The one Ron Jeremy, you know. Only the OGs know who Ron Jeremy is now. But I think he done some naughty things, innit?
Yeah, Ron Jeremy's not he's done a lot of sexual assault.
Yeah. He didn't need to either.
He obviously don't.
Man was getting paid to enjoy himself and do them thing there, you know.
Yeah, but a lot of the times when they're doing stuff like that, there are a lot of sexual predators in the
industry.
In the industry that you just have to deal with. I think you're gonna have problems all day.
Yeah,
Are you sure that you just want to get another arm?
My arm is
too short to box with God.
Yeah, it's playing tricks on me, you know.
Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, roll.
My arm, he just limped.
That was erectile dysfunction.
One time, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you obviously can't see what's going on. Mr. Wolf's microphone stand seems to be needed Viagra.
Yeah, for real, boy.
Because he's just dropping down. I think we should give him another one. Let me see if I got one in the bag.
Needing a one herb, you get me?
There should be one in that bag there still.
A one that works, yeah?
Yeah, there should be one. This is your one, isn't it?
Yeah, you're giving it herbs.
Herbs. Yes, you know, bitters.
the heart-shaped herb.
You know what makes me laugh? When you go into the barbers, there's always somebody that's got some form of remedy, some bitters that can help you with the bang bang. Yeah. Every time, I have this thing, bro. I have this thing. I'm like, why do you man always have to be taking this thing? So clearly, erectile dysfunction is a big thing in the black community because there's always some.
That is. Sorry.
I think it's a taboo subject, bruv, that people don't really want to talk about.
It's true.
And the funny thing is, I'm gonna get my arm, but this will be a good topic to start off with.
You know what? Let me do the intro with Simple Simon. Why you get your arm, and then you do your own intro, and then we'll talk about erectile dysfunction in the black community, in the Af community,
in the Af community. It's an interesting one.
Yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to another episode of Eloquently Saying Nothing. I am that bad man host. That biggie wahala. In the building, at Big Wahala on Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter, at ESN _ Big Wahala on the Tickety Talk. Some people have started following me. I'm sure it's going to be probably a lot like my Instagram with nothing on there because I don't know what I'm doing there. But it's blessed if you're following me anyway. I'll try and follow the people that follow me, but I'll try and follow you back, see if there's anything I can find on your timeline that will entertain me. Anyway, as you can hear, usually when you hear my voice first, that means that the big man himself, the original Dark Destroyer, no Nigel Ben, Stavros Boss is not in the building. Get down. But he's not in the building unfortunately today. So that's 2 weeks in a row he's missed. Part-timer. But I'm sure he'll be back at some point soon. Unfortunately, he's not been able to attend the last two podcasts. But
life is life and sometimes you be like that.
But as you can hear, my brother that was there last week, that we did the back and forth, the Jadakiss and Styles, you know? We did the Jadakiss and Styles, the Alexis Sanchez and Ozil. You know? We did the move.
Ugh.
I muted myself, you see.
I like that. I like the duo, the Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, basically, yeah,
man. You got to think of other names, you know what I mean?
Or the other double acts.
Yeah, man.
For me, my favorite double act is Pioneer and Super D. That's my favorite double act. Easy. That's my favorite back-to-back.
Rocky and Depp.
Yeah. Old school. Anyway, it's my brother.
Skibbity and Shabba.
We don't have to share the same room to be brothers, you get me?
How about
Malice and Pusha T.
Yes. Yes.
Cameron and
Ghost and Ray.
Cameron and Mace fight too much. We don't fight enough for that to even happen.
Ghost and Ray.
Yeah, Ghost and Ray. Yeah. Anyway, as I said, my brother from a room that's not mine. Mother's. That's right, innit?
Yeah.
My brother from a room that's not my mother's. That rhymes.
Yeah.
I was surprised I heard that in a ragga tune still. Simple Simon.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menin, Mama, Queen of
Gaza forever.
Good day, good people. Medea.
Yeah.
Gaza, we say forever. Alliance of the Foundation. I remember.
Remember, the Lord is
watching you.
At all times, you get me?
At all times.
Please.
God's always say forever alliance in the foundation. Boom, bam, 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 bam. Mm-hmm.
Sin.
And as you can hear, the man that's always with us in spirit when he's not here, but he's here physically and spiritually.
Spiritual.
It's the guy that we always call the senator.
Mm-hmm.
The man at the top.
Mm-hmm.
The man that's got all the badges on his chest.
Say something.
So when he walks through the parade, they salute him with the correct salute.
Mm-hmm.
Not, when you salute like Mr. Wolf, you can't just put your hand to your forehead in a salute fashion. You also have to stamp your feet together.
Mm-hmm.
That is the senator.
Mm-hmm.
Senator Wolf.
And wait for the wolf who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
Oh, God, at the top.
Yes, what's going on, people? Great to be here, as always, Mr. Wolf in the building. Missed last week. Good episode, man.
Was it good?
No, I liked it. It was good.
I wasn't sure.
No. We touched on a couple of good little topics. Speaking to Simple Simon about the schooling, bro. So, yeah, I've been there twice, bro. So, I'm not, it's not the best experience. I was saying, touching on the fact that you got the Ofsted reports, the food thing that you're talking about, location, thinking about, can they go on their own,
Dark alleys and all that.
Does she have a mobile phone?
She doesn't know.
You're going to have to start thinking about that, because when she's going on her own, you want to be able to track her, know where she's going. Then, on top of that, you might not get the school that you want.
That too, yeah.
And then, have you considered homeschooling?
No.
Okay, so I know a lot of people more time now doing homeschooling. So, yeah, it's not easy. I don't envy, but here's what it is. It has to be done. But that was a good episode, and maybe we'll touch on a little bit of what you guys spoke on last week. I did. I was thinking the entrepreneurial thing. Yeah, let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Financial freedom and all of that stuff. So very important.
Well, the person's got so much things here that we can.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about, because you just come back from holiday not long ago. Also, you also not came back from holiday not long ago. There was one of the things that one of the people brought up was just the Instagramification of travel. So we'll talk about that later.
Cool.
But you play your this thing.
I will do that. So, that I like to introduce the culture to the people that don't know about it. And I think if you're not Yoruba and you've listened to this podcast for years, there might be a little bit of essence of Yoruba that you're, connected with by some of the things that I share. So this one is about names, and it is by Washere. You can catch him on Instagram, but let me just play that now. Opening video player.
A public one, just as it can also be. Are you familiar with the name Abaton? It has the exact same meaning as ẹni ìtàn. Ọmọ tó bá ìtàn là ń pè ní àbátan. Lápá kan, àbátan lè jẹ́ orúkọ àmútọ̀runwá fún ọmọ tó wé okùn ibi rẹ̀ mọ́ ọwọ́ òsì wálé ayé. Ṣùgbọ́n lápá kejì, ọmọ tó bá ìtàn là ń pè ní àbátan àbí bá ìtàn. A child born under very memorable and historical circumstances. Bákan náà ló sì ṣe rí fún ẹni ìtàn. A child who is the focus of certain historical incidents. Ọmọ kan ṣoṣo ni o, ṣùgbọ́n igba ìtàn ní bẹ nídìí ìbí rẹ̀. When we hear that name, we already know that the ordinary act of giving birth to that child was not ordinary at all. Ẹni ìtàn ló jẹ́ a child of history. Olóhun táwọn òbí rẹ̀ rí kí wọ́n tó pè ọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọmọ tó wáyé lásìkò ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ohun ńlá bíi gbòǹgbò igi òṣè. One child with countless stories surrounding its birth. This story or significant history can be a public one, just as it can also be a private one. Ẹni abínígbà ogun, ẹni ìtàn ní í ṣe. Èyí tá a sì bí lásìkò tó ohun ńlá kan ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ẹbí rẹ̀. Ẹni ìtàn lòun náà. Nínú ìtàn rere làwa ó máa bọ́mọ tiwa sí o. Àṣẹ, wàá ṣeré.
Yes, he did try his best to translate into English for y'all. And you can catch him at Washere, WAA_SERE, if you want to know more about the Yoruba culture. This guy, he's very deep. Sledge Baba, who's good also, but he's more...
The wisdom.
Yeah, the wisdom. He does a lot of proverbs and more celebration type things. But this guy, he goes deep into the culture, even speaking about the Orishas and even speaking out on a few things that need to be discussed that some people are shy of discussing.
I'm happy whenever time I see these people that they're younger people, they're not older people just saying these things, because obviously the elders are gonna pass away at some point.
Yeah,
and if they're not passing it down to the youngers, then we won't get it again. So
yeah, and they talk about the idea that the languages, the various languages in Yoruba are being watered down.
Yeah,
so it's down to people like him, Sledge Baba, even the young girl Blessings Kayode, who's out here not only someone who's born here, she's teaching the language and she's doing excursions to Nigeria. So if you are people who are interested in the country, let alone someone who is from the country via the birth of their parents, she does travel excursions to Nigeria twice a year. So it's really good, man. It's really good. So yeah, man. Anyway, you can catch me on Instagram on aka Mr. Wolf on Instagram, on aka Mr. Wolf on Twitter on aka_Mr. Wolf. Twix. That's what I call it.
If you get to heaven, write this down. You get to heaven,
Spanish, just bring
and
them
you
off.
don't find me there.
It's the greatest.
You have gone to hell. That's not heaven.
It's not.
Because everything that should be done for a man to secure his life in eternity, I've done it.
There's one that I found somewhere, but I won't find it.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Time.
1 second.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
He says that with such vigor as well.
Listen, I want somebody like that to have my back when I've done something wrong. I want him to. That's how I want my wife to be when somebody comes to approach me and says wrong things about her husband. I will defend it.
Yeah. Even if you've done something.
In it, I will defend it.
It's my favorite.
Okay, just so we can get out the intros and finish this off. This is episode number
530.
That is correct. And again, we are the soldiers of ESN podcast, and there was always one soldier that's with us in our heart and our spirit. Big up Web Slinger.
Man, forgot.
I was gonna call him by his government.
Yeah.
Big up Web Slinger. Big him up, man. Big him up all the time, every time.
So today is Friday, the 19th of September. The time is 19:18. That is 9 in the PM, and this is episode 530.
In 1918 would have been 7.
And we're in.
I said 21. Oh, did I say 19?
He did.
Sorry, I meant 21. 21:18. 9:18 in the PM.
That's right. But anyway, before the podcast started, we were talking about serious things. Well, we started with the podcast actually because it was at the beginning. We were talking about serious things because Senator Wolf's arm was going limp, and we mentioned erectile dysfunction. And then Mr. Wolf said he wanted to discuss it. So, Mr. Wolf, what?
Yeah, I just think it's something that people don't talk about.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when men talking about their isms and schisms, or when they're in the bed, they'll say, "Yeah, I'm a bedroom bully, they do this. I'm laying the pipe down, I'm fucking the thing up, but I'm going for 45 minutes."
That's some lies.
Sometimes that's not the case, and at the end of the day, I think we're all in our 40s now. Like, when I was in my 20s, I'll be going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's
like, man, move like the count. 1, 2, 3.
You know what I'm saying? For the old school man, it's Sesame Street and that. But yeah, for some guys, that's just not the case anymore.
I don't know
get what I mean.
But again, is this because? Okay, so this is the thing. Is it because you're at our age, you're sleeping with the same woman most of the time? And maybe if you had a new woman, you might have a bit more vigor to have it more than once, just to prove your point.
I think there's a variety of different things. I think that the older you get, your testosterone level is going to go down.
Of course.
So what are you going to do to balance that back up? And then you're going to have things like maybe boredom or repetitiveness. So you might, need some kind of different type of stimulation. And for other cases, there may actually be something wrong. Yeah. So there's some guys who maybe don't talk about it, or in a barbershop it gets brought up, and I think you mentioned in a barbershop that you're gonna get everything. Well, back in the day anyway, not so much now. You'll have everything from a PlayStation to a pair of trainers to Viagra and herbs. Do you know what I'm saying? So everything is getting sold there. So when those things are there, people are like, yeah, but can you pass me one of them things there?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, because a lot of places that like barbershops and black places where there's black men, they always have these things to help you to get this, this vigor in your this thing, yeah. But nobody actually discusses the fact you need the vigor in your this thing. It's just like it is known. Like, sometimes you need a little bit of help in it. Take some of these bitters, bruv. It will sort you out, type thing. I don't know any man that's pushing Viagra so much, but it's more like the bitters. Like, man will tell you, I'll take a Maggie so you can go a bit harder.
Magnum, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
that's a tonic, innit?
Yeah, so it's the tonic wine. So sorry, I'm a bit nerdy, so I took it to the internet, right? So apparently,
Why not?
erectile dysfunction is prevalent among black men.
How about men in general, though?
No, it's prevalent among black men. So they're saying the research is showing that there's varying prevalence levels, but there's an increased risk associated with like obesity, diabetes, and hypertension.
Yeah, we got all of that, though.
Exactly. So they're saying, some studies indicate a higher overall prevalence for modern to severe erectile dysfunction in black men compared to other racial groups.
Well, I never knew that.
Yeah, so moderate to severe is more prevalent within the black community.
But is that because we're more...
Because of the comorbidities.
No, but this is the problem now, yeah? Because we are known to be sexual beasts, yeah? Black men are known for their sex,
quote unquote.
Yeah. Is it because maybe when stuff like that goes wrong with us, we're the quickest to go and try and fix it? So we're openly telling the doctor we got this problem so we can get it rectified.
I don't know.
And maybe other countries or other people are just taking it out on their wives by beating them or whatever. I'm not taking it to the next level. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is one thing I actually do want to touch on, though, because Mother Nature, I want to say God, let me say Mother Nature. He likes to laugh at us. He likes to be sarcastic with us. So as men get in their 40s and this thing is no longer as potent as it was maybe when they were younger, the women that are growing alongside of you are becoming more wanting the sex. So the balance is not even there anymore. So again, the women are wanting sex every 5 minutes when they get to a certain age.
That's a good point.
And then the men now are like, come on, fam, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, go on. Say that shit.
So we don't have the capacity
anymore. Sometimes I feel like I'm as great as I was in my 20s, and other times I'm clearly not.
Yeah, but that's on the occasion, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel I'm still quite confident about it, but I don't know if that's the case. I think men and women have their peak periods, and sometimes people are going to say that their peak is in their late 30s to their early 40s even. I would suggest that I'm eating a lot better now than I was back then. I try to eat things that will help that as well. So, like, yeah, I'm eating this partly because the zinc level is high, the testosterone in this thing is high, and it's good for the thing. Things like
maca,
ashwagandha, watermelon, avocados. All of these things are good. Beetroot. So even to the point,
so you can beat the road.
That's it. I'll tell you one thing that that's a good one. I'll tell you one thing that I was spreading around work. Yeah, so you're online and you see things, and TikTok is one mad thing. So I saw this quite some time ago. In fact, you know what? It wasn't that I saw it online. It was a colleague that told me. So he was telling me how he was enjoying himself with a girl that he was seeing. And he was saying, he was talking like, I've done it once, done it twice, and I waited for it to come, and I was doing it. And I'm like, bro, like, are you for, like, and I'm being serious, like, you're a big man, like, you're still running like you was in your 20s. I said, yeah, because I do my Kegel exercise. Don't you know about Kegel exercising? I said, not really. Tell me about that. And he just broke it down. He said, like, you exercise your whole body, but nobody exercises that part. And he's a big boy as well. So he's saying, I exercise that part. And I do it every day. So I can enjoy myself. So he was breaking it down. So I've done my own little research on it. And yeah, it's an actual thing that people do.
Men and women.
Yes, men and women. But specifically for men, it is something that you can do to actually exercise your penis, bro. And it is a real thing. You can even do it when you're sitting down. Like you clench your things, you hold it, and you release it. As if like you're holding your wee.
I thought you because you used your hand to clench. I was like,
Yeah,
you just
like,
grabbing your balls at the time.
No. Like, you know when you're kind of holding your wee.
Yeah.
So you hold your wee and then you release. You know?
You see,
and that is an exercise. And when you do your research on that, it's an actual thing.
and you know what's so mad? Right. So inadvertently, when I was younger, I was doing what you were calling these Kegel exercises without like being conscious of the fact that that's what was happening. But I used to do it with a towel. So you take the towel and you do lifts.
Okay.
With a towel.
This man is moving like he was Goku, you know.
But that's what I used to do when I was younger.
So you just clean your balls and put it back again. You're there trying to be doing
With the towel, you have to like. It's to me, it was like weightlifting, isn't it?
But you wasn't holding your wee though.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, because that's important. That you can't be in need to wee and then do that.
No.
You shouldn't be holding your wee anyway.
You shouldn't hold your wee
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
I'm not on. I'm
That's
not
very
on
bad
that.
for you.
So it's interesting that there is Kegel exercises for men.
And part of the Kegel exercise is when you're flat on the floor. That's a exercise that you do in the gym anyway. When you have the bar, women do this a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, then you've got your bar across your midsection.
They call it hip thrust, isn't it?
It's like a hip thrust, but that is in essence a Kegel exercise, and you can do it without the bar as well.
Yeah.
So you have your back flat on the floor.
Yeah.
Your knees bent, feet flat, and you push your waist up and you hold it. You can do that with weight, or you can do it without.
I was actually at the gym because I was away for this week in a different location. So I went to a random Pure Gym that I don't go to.
Are you Pure Gym or the gym?
Pure Gym. Mm-hmm. But I've got 3 gyms. Pure Gym is my gutter gym.
Purely virgin.
That's I shouldn't speak like this. I know it sounds elitist, but that is my gutter gym. I've got to be honest.
That's definitely elitist, bro.
But I have to be honest. The other 2 gyms are for sophisticated people. And
Has it got swimming pools in there?
not
saunas?
Not saunas. Yes, one of them are saunas.
That's definitely.
But the other one is the Pure Gym. I know that anybody could be in there any more time. It could pop off in Pure Gym at any point.
Yeah, bro.
You just see people coming at any moment, anytime. They could be leaving straight from work. Yeah. The other day I was in the gym. I saw one guy wearing jeans and Air Force Ones.
In the gym, gymming, innit?
Yeah, gymming. I said, this man's going straight somewhere else.
What color were the A4s?
Whites.
Oh.
He's not even going to hold it fresh. He's going to go straight to where he's going after he's left the gym. But anyway, that's it all there. But they had something called a booty booster. And that was basically that.
Yeah.
I was like, when did they start renaming these equipment? Booty booster.
Yeah,
and everyone I saw on there had no ass. But anyway, that's a different situation for another day. But it's good that we talk about this stuff because, again, even some of the questions that the lady asked us about men's health, sorry. And it is something that we don't discuss often. Even like the things about how much your mental capacity is a big thing about your erections and stuff like that. Like just overthinking it can make you lose your erection.
Yeah.
Like and women sometimes don't understand it. They will think, oh, it's to do with them. And it's not them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that you're not thinking in the your headspace is not in the right place.
And
I've been there.
And I was going to say, I was going to wager that I think at least once in every man's life they have that situation where, for whatever reason, at least once, as a bare minimum, at least once, they have that situation where it happens. Like sometimes you're even in the right mental headspace, or at least you think you are, and for whatever reason, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's times when the problem is again when you there's times when and it's maybe happened once, and then you then think it's gonna happen again, and because you're thinking about it. It can happen again.
Yeah.
And then stuff like that. So there's, again, it's a lot of, it's not just always your physical health. That's the problem. It could just be your mental health. There'll be times when men will obviously be in a situation where they're quite relaxed and then things can go certain ways. But then there's other things where your brain goes something else or, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be anything. As I said, overthinking it is enough for it to get to a point where...
There's no natural trigger, if we're being honest. There isn't necessarily a natural... Sometimes, like you said, sometimes you overthink it. Like, it happened to me... I think it's happened to me maybe twice, maybe 3 times in my whole life. But when it's happened...
This guy's kissing his teeth. Why are you kissing his teeth?
It's happened to me more than 3 times, boy.
But when it's happened...
I'm sorry.
When it's happened, like, it's been completely... It's taken me aback kind of thing. Where I've even had to, like, introspective, like, is everything all right with me? On this, because I know it can happen.
So then afterwards, you've done your full body man check, innit? Yeah, you must have done that once afterwards.
Yeah, you will, because you're like...
It can even be just stop and start, you know.
You're not a hero sometimes, innit? So sometimes you have to realize you're not a superhero, innit? Like you are susceptible to human shit. So yeah, you do go and do maybe a whole check to go and find out what's going on or whatever.
Because our testosterone, like I said, it will naturally drop, and some people it won't because they're just eating whatever they eat.
Yeah, but
because of it.
And then hypertension also though is a thing. And we don't talk about high blood pressure and that.
Yeah,
time.
on my timeline or my whatever, I must be thinking about this too much myself because everything is about testosterone now. Testosterone. Every advert is on my street. Testosterone. Because they're talking about you can lose breast or you can be more virile and this, that, and that with all of these different tablets that cost £70 a thing.
And none of them are selling the art-shaped herb.
No, none of them are selling that. The art-shaped. But it's constantly again pushing that on men, and you see on adverts the hymns now. They're always talking about hymns. Have you seen hymns?
No, what's that?
Yeah.
On the adverts, basically they talk about different. It will talk about erectile dysfunction where you can instead of going to a doctor, you can do it on like a phone, and they'll prescribe it.
I've seen that advert, the singing bird, innit? There's the one with the singing bird.
I don't know about no bird, brother.
Oh yeah, there's one with the. I think it's Newman or something.
Newman's is like hymns as well.
Yeah.
So they're now it is something that's being pushed out. But one thing I would like to say to our female listeners, there's times when you lot need to be a little bit less harsh with the man them, innit? All right. If your man them at some point in time, maybe out of the blue, has a little bit of erectile dysfunction, don't cuss them off, because you know there's some women that just cussing them off because they have an erectile dysfunction, innit?
I think that's a immaturity thing. Those kind of things happen when you're younger.
Maybe when they're older, it might not happen so much.
Yeah.
No, but then it also depends on what type of man it is. If it's the type of man that's running up his mouth all the time,
Do you know what? Yeah, because recently I've actually heard a story like that.
So you don't put pressure on yourself, and then when it's time to
recently I've actually and I'm not from the guy like
look at me,
you know, some women,
my dick don't back down.
Yeah, because women chat in it. So I've actually heard that recently about someone who's talking the most, and then when it came down to the diss thing, that
I was talking. And I think that dick never showed me.
Yeah, from what the lady said is that if he never spoke like that, then I would be okay with it. Do you get what I mean? Because it happens. But if you're gonna speak the most, and then,
but sometimes some people like to overcompensate for the situation that they're in, innit? And I bet you told them, I've never happened to me before. Never happened to me before.
You're setting yourself up to get chopped down.
100% for no reason.
Well, I don't know. I just it is something that I know that as men we don't go around and talk about. We don't like. It's very strange that we're having this conversation now. I don't know many men that are sitting down saying, "Yeah, man's erectile dysfunction is kicking in." You know what I mean? It's not something that we use.
Weirdly, I was at a birthday party.
Let me play something.
And the brother, we started talking, and he just told me.
I'm gonna show you the exact method I've been using.
Sorry.
Just told me off rip. Oh yeah, I've got what do they call it? A stem, or whatever it is.
Stem cell?
Not stem cell. A stent or stint or stent.
I have no idea what you're afraid.
It's something to do with that. It's like he had a testosterone challenge, and they give you a stint or something. It's called. I can't even remember.
Never heard of it.
He just casually said it to me.
But that's good though, because I think men need to speak more about these things so we're not taking it out aggressively. Do you know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with him saying it, but it was just it came from nowhere.
Yeah, because maybe it's been on his brain, innit? And he wanted to talk to somebody that maybe he thought would be acceptable for the discussion. Not every man thinks that everyone's acceptable to have these type of discussions.
True. And also because I don't really know him like that, it also helped. I was meeting him for the first time. Sometimes you can get that off your chest.
One thing I would like to talk about as well, if we're going to be going to...
Winter in my family makes it so hard to keep healthy habits.
Just mute me.
Brother.
Sorry.
You know Stav is cussing you for far.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to find something on TikTok, innit?
Tiki-toki. But one thing I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one thing I think that men need to take consideration about is if you ever feeling any type of numbing pain in your testicles.
Yeah.
If you get numbing pain in your testicles regularly, please go and see a doctor, because it might mean that you've got what they call a varicocele, which is basically a varicose vein in your scrotum that's stopping the blood from going to your testicles, and it's causing aches and pains. You can also get aches and pains in your testicles for other things like nerve damage in your legs and stuff like that. That can also do that. But it's good to get it checked out, because that is one of probably the highest reasons for infertility in men, and they don't necessarily get it checked out.
Okay,
but if you veins, but if you get it checked out quick enough, then they can reverse it, and it can be easily fixed. And then, you know,
is this a constant pain, or is it like if, like, for example, if you have it like one off?
It could be. You have it like often. Maybe when you lie down.
Oh, okay, so it's a persistent thing.
Yeah, persistent thing. So so if you ever get that type of pain, make sure. Again, it can come from an injury as well. So if somebody's done something to your testicle, maybe you've been playing football, somebody's blasted the ball at you, or you've pissed off your wife and she's giving you a clean uppercut to the testicle. And you're getting pain. Again, that could be because you've got damage in your testicle and there might be a varicose stuff. So check that out. So there's a lot of things that men probably don't know about that could potentially help them in their this thing. But because again, men are not often likely to talk about it. I say that maybe the new age men are, because again, new age men are very different from the old school men.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they might be quite more free to go and speak to doctors. They might be quite happy to have these discussions with their partners and whatnot. Whereas some men of the old school, you know, keep everything to yourself. You don't necessarily say stuff. And that might be an issue. So
underwear fitting is very important.
They say you shouldn't even wear all the tight Calvin Kleins that we all wear. They say you shouldn't be wearing those.
I don't wear, my boxer shorts are big. Now you're
a Rasta anyway. I expect that from you. I know you don't want to wear no cloth, no proper cloth. That's, you know, not blessed. So I expect you lot to wear your types of things. I don't know why. I just assume that that's what you lot wear. But
yeah, that's another conversation that we don't have as well. Because like you said, people wear the tight fitting and they the form.
Good. You need to breathe.
The form fitting thing. Like your testicles are supposed to be
a certain temperature.
Yeah, about between 3 and 5 degrees cooler than the rest of your body.
No, your testicles are hot. Actual testicles are hot.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be cooler than the rest of your body.
From what I know, they're meant to actually be hot.
Because
the sperm can do this thing.
Yeah, no, but the sperm is less effective at high temperatures. So it's the lower temperature it's supposed to be where it's at.
Are you sure you know?
Yeah. That's the.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see if this is one of the. Yeah, I think this is one of the.
So I can unmute you now.
Unmute me. All right. See if I can play this.
I'm gonna unmute you right now.
Count and motility. 3. 7 foods that naturally boost fertility in men. 1. Pomegranate juice. A glass a day has been shown to increase total motile sperm by over 60%. 2. Walnuts. Rich in plant-based omega-3s and antioxidants. Just 1 handful daily improves sperm shape,
and this
count,
is the strength of the
and motility
as well.
3. Cooked tomatoes. A top source of lycopene, which helps reduce sperm DNA damage and supports normal sperm structure. 4. Oysters, packed with zinc. Just 6 oysters can boost testosterone and increase sperm count. 5. Kiwis, high in vitamin C. They protect sperm from oxidative stress and boost mobility. 6. Salmon, rich in omega-3. 2 servings a week improve motility and sperm quality. 7. Spinach. These are loaded with natural folate, which supports healthy sperm production and reduces the risk of genetic defects. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. 7 foods that naturally boost fertility.
So these things are on TikTok, innit? Like now you can find anything.
But just be careful.
And then
you got to be careful with
and then you've got to go out and do your own research, which I do a lot of, because when it comes to the healthy eating and, you know, trying to maximize your potential in your body, the older we get, the more we want our bodies to be better, so we don't suffer when we're older. You get what I mean? So yeah, now I'm very much on that, and what I want to touch on is maybe eating and fasting a little bit later.
Yeah, but be careful with the tomatoes. If you're at an age now where you're trying to baby boost this stuff, you might have a little touch of the arthritis.
Yeah,
and tomatoes are not good for arthritis.
Yeah, it's got lectin in it. And lectin.
Well, is that tomato or the tomato skin?
Tomato skin. Tomato skin's got
tomato
lectin.
skin, innit?
Yeah, tomato skin's got lectin.
Let's say tomatoes, bro. I never I just say tomatoes. So I'm telling you, stay away from tomato high level if you have the arthritis, because it's not good for you.
So here we go. The optimal temperature for the testicles is about 2 to 4 degrees. I said 3 to 5 below core body temperature, which is roughly 33 to 35 Celsius. As this lower temperature is ideal for sperm production, prolonged exposure to higher temperatures such as hot tubs or saunas.
Yeah, you shouldn't shower in hot showers.
Can negatively affect sperm quality, motility, and morphology. Even though those effects are usually temporary, but
yeah, they say you shouldn't shower in hot showers.
I wanted to see if we can speak to our resident nurse, you know, about some of these things still. You know,
but yes or no? You're asking me yes or no? You're saying
No. I'm trying to get.
Oh, you're trying to get them online.
Trying to get a hold of. Yeah.
Okay.
Opt for looser fitting underwear.
Yeah. All them types of things. Yeah. But anyway, so if there are any men out there that's going through these situations, take the time to go and speak to somebody and find out what's the best method for you to get the help that you need. Again, sometimes it's not physical, sometimes it's a mental thing, and if there's issue going on with you and your partner, sit down with them and discuss it and see if there's other avenues and ways that you can alleviate the stress that you're having when you're having the intercourse. Maybe you should do a little bit more foreplay before you have intercourse. Maybe not just trying to jump right in there. See whether or not you can get yourself to a point of extreme arousal, so you can defend it. So you can, at the time you can, you maybe not thinking about it so much because you're already in such a pleasure that you're just slipping in there and it's all good. You're not having that problems. But
and the next thing, bringing it into the modern world, things like using your laptop on your lap, you're not supposed to do, because and then a lot of people will sit on their phone or have their phone in their crotch area when they're driving or what have you. Them things is not good, not only for the heat off of your phone, but also the radiation off of the antennas as well.
You must defend it.
You gotta defend it, my G's.
But so again, men's health is I think we should do this quite regularly, where we talk about certain aspects of men's health, not to try and dump it all in one episode.
Yeah, of course not.
But, okay, so I'm gonna call her.
You're gonna call her. Okay, so we're gonna get somebody on the phone. Let me unmute you then.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Do I just make the call and then?
Yeah, WhatsApp call if you can.
Yeah.
What am I waiting for?
Go on. Sorry.
That chair is creaking, bro. Make it loud. Loud it.
It's on this maximum. Maybe you might need someone to turn me up there.
You ready up? Why do black people do this, man?
Hello.
How you doing? Hello. Can you hear us?
Nope, you cannot hear us.
Can't hear us.
Is it on speaker?
No, it's not on speaker.
Wait, your connection is not connecting.
Let me put it on speaker.
Hello, can you hear us?
No.
Oh, she removed it.
So
and defend it.
I just got it here. I mean, what do I do?
Try and call her again.
No, I think it's my connection. It's got to be.
No, why is it your connection?
One way. It might not be a two-way connection. So,
but this is what you would do.
I would just call them and leave it.
Yeah.
And put on speakerphone. But let's see what's going on. Let's try one more time. Due to technical difficulties, but we're under control.
Earpiece. Oh, that's it. Hello, can you hear us? No.
Put it on speaker.
It's me.
Oh no! You need to put it back on the wing again.
Okay. Maybe this is going to be the best bet.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Can you put it back on the normal one?
Hold on. How about now? No? How about if you call her? You can't, can you?
I don't have the number to call her.
Sure.
It's not going to work.
All right. No, it don't seem like it's working. I'm not too sure why.
So if she's on loudspeaker, then the listeners ain't going to be able to hear
No,
her,
you
right?
won't be able to hear it. But you shouldn't have to do any of that. Are you sure you're not got on mute?
Hold on, let me just...
No, it's the connection. It's something to do with the connection.
I don't see why it's the connection,
Yeah, I think she's still there. See if you can do something.
You don't know what I know.
Hello? Well, it says muted, for one.
1, 2.
It says muted on there.
Muted?
Yeah, it actually says muted.
Is it connecting to your headphones?
No.
I don't understand what's going on there. Why is she muted?
You don't know.
I can't hear her either.
Well, she's not talking. We're trying to call our resident medical professional.
Has she muted us? I don't know what's going on, my brother. I have no idea what's going on.
So we don't have the capacity.
All right. It seems like we can't have this discussion.
Well, why don't you call her?
All right, you send me the number then.
I think it's an important chat to have.
Okay, you send me the number.
But
while I'm getting sent the number, you guys keep discussing what you're
Why is it
discussing.
muted though?
I don't know, bro. You're asking me like, you're such an awkward. Why is he muted? I don't know. Why? But why?
Oh, man.
Hold on. Yeah.
Health sagas.
See, this is what happens when your mental capacity is not correct. You have a problem where you're trying to call people.
We don't have the capacity.
Yeah. But yeah, so as I was saying anyway, you need to make sure that you
check your Yinas.
Yeah, make sure everything's cool. Can I have the cable, please? Make sure everything is cool. Make sure that you that one, the cable.
You owe it to yourself.
Yeah, to make sure that everything is cool in your body. And we're going to cool on this now anyway. Hopefully this will work. And we won't have the same problem that was happening before. But we'll see.
Medical professional.
Hold on.
You don't know what I know.
I can hear it.
You can hear it ringing. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now.
That's weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I can hear you now, yeah.
That's strange. But anyway,
you are on the air. Please do not swear.
Well, if you want to swear, you can
swear if you want.
Even though she don't really swear. But this is our resident medical professional. This is
oh gosh.
Yes, this is Mrs. Wolf.
Wait.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
Behold,
a lady. All right.
Indeed.
Mrs. Wolf, how you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So we were talking about erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the different reasons as to why men may or may not have erectile dysfunctional situations. And we were talking about being in barbershops and whatnot, and a lot of the time you go there and men are trying to give each other herbs and this, that, and the other. But you don't actually discuss the reason as you need the herbs. You just be giving people herbs like, you take this one, it'll be very strong for your woman tonight, or whichever woman you're going to get bumping, right? So we were just talking about. So Mr. Wolf said that maybe we should give you a call. I don't know actually what you wanted to ask.
Yeah. Just to give the listeners a little bit of advice as to what, because we also talking about checking our this thing as well.
The check off this thing.
Why we should check it. We touched on the varicose vein.
Yeah, the varicocele
in the penis. What did you say it was called?
Varicocele.
Varicocele. You heard of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to give us a little bit of real.
There's some advice about erectile dysfunction and then how to check your testicles.
Yes.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with erectile dysfunction, you can get it at any age, to be honest.
Sorry, Miss Wolf. What I just want to just let the people know is that our medical professional is 15 years as a nurse. And how long was you a sexual health nurse for?
9 years.
9 years. So she's done a number of different things in the NHS. But this is why she's got a lot of experience and a lot of stories that we're going to hear about in the future. But sorry, you can continue.
Okay. So with erectile dysfunction, it can happen at any age at all. People have this kind of stigma that it only happens to like older men or when you get to a certain age. It can literally happen from as young as like 13. People do sometimes struggle to get erections, and it's majority of the time it's psychological. A lot of it comes from stress, anxiety, sometimes depression, relationship issues. These stuff really contribute a lot to erectile dysfunction. But then you've also got the physical side of things, which is your cardiovascular health. Sometimes when people have high blood pressure, especially Black people, we eat a lot of like fatty foods, diabetes, and hormone imbalances. These things can affect you from becoming erect where you need to be, basically. And if you're a smoker, that's the number one reason as well. A lot of people smoke and drinking excessive alcohol, obesity, and lack of exercise. These are the major things physically that can affect you from having an erection. And obviously age. As you get older, obviously your testosterone levels will drop. So you will be excited, but you probably won't have enough. Your brain's not going to tell your body, send the message to my penis to get it hard. So as when men are reaching like late 70s, 80s, they struggle, and that's why they tend to take Viagra, because they just the brain doesn't compute anymore that it needs to get the penis erect. So that's why older people struggle. So these are just like little snippets of why people get erectile dysfunction. How we treat it, majority of the time, is with Viagra. So you will see young men sometimes in their 20s having to take Viagra before they have sex if they have erectile dysfunction. But majority of the time, we try not to put you on Viagra because we want you to try and train your brain to do it naturally. So we'll take you to a sexual psychotherapist. You'll have sessions with them. They talk you through it. They kind of look deep into why you're having this issue. And a lot of the times it is an emotional thing. Like we said, it is psychological. So you kind of find that some people feel shy, maybe about the look of their penis, the shape of the penis. Sometimes people feel like, it's a big deal. Like pressure, I feel like men don't also get the credit that it is pressure sometimes to deliver, isn't it? So especially when you're younger, you get that pressure that maybe you're not going to be able to do it as well. So you get some guys who just feel really pressured when it comes to having sex, so it just makes them not perform well. So once they've done those kind of like psychological aspects of things, they kind of give them treatment plans. So you can use things like vacuums. So they're called penis vacuums that you can put your penis in.
Wow.
And it helps to kind of like, it says what it does on the tin. It basically just helps you kind of get an erection. If you need to use that, they can give you that, or they give you Viagra, or they give you like exercises. So they might actually not advise you to watch porn, but they might just get you to watch things to see if you can get yourself aroused and to get used to touching yourself, get used to kind of sending that message to your body and your brain to, get your penis erect when it needs to be.
I was going to ask that. I was going to actually ask that. The people that are saying that they're having erectile dysfunction, if they can still masturbate with no problem, still getting hard through masturbation, does that still qualify as erectile dysfunction if they're having problems?
Yeah, it does, because it's because for some reason your brain is telling you when you're with a woman, there's something going on there. So it's naturally, that means that, so that will tell us that, okay, your penis works. There's no... No. I mean, it just means that we know that it works. We know that your body is telling it to do the right thing, but you'll probably have a performance issue. So that is very psychological. So then that is somebody you'd 100% refer to a psychosexual therapist, and they will talk with them and kind of ask them, why are you going through this? Because men tend to feel shy about this. And if I'm honest, a lot of men do not come to us about it. It just used to come to me that some patients would say to me, like maybe when they come for a checkup, I'll be talking to them about obviously their sexual activity. They might then say to me, you know what, nurse, I'm struggling. Like sometimes I can't get it. They'll say it in like passing. They don't actually come in with the issue. So a lot of men are actually shy to even come out with telling us that they have these issues. So there's a lot of men out there struggling with it, and they're just not opening up because they're embarrassed, or they feel if I go and tell people that I have this, that means I'm not a man or my body's not working the way it should. But it's in fact, it's not that. It's just sometimes you just need someone to talk to kind of realize why you're going through these stresses. And then we give you exercises and techniques. And a lot of the times people actually get better and it works. And if those people are still struggling, we'll just put them on Viagra. So there is a solution, but we'll try not use that unless we really, really need to.
From experience, how common would you say it is across the population?
I would say, if I'm honest, because I'm trying to figure out, do you mean, now are you separating this in terms of race? Because that's a different story.
No, I'm more looking like, you say like 1 in 25 men or 1 in 100 men, like is like how prevalent is it over population?
I would say it's about 1 in 3. 1 in 3 is very common.
High, 33%.
I've probably experienced it. Prolonged erectile dysfunction,
or 1 in 3 men have experienced it and are going through it at some point in their life. And that means they've come to us, we've treated them, and they've got better. So 1 in 3.
I can imagine the uncles now. Nurse Wolf, the other day, I had one baby in my bed. I tried to enter, but my wife just kept on popping in my brain. I couldn't do it. I felt guilty. The penis was guilty. Since when has that happened? I drank NOC, nothing happened.
Yeah, man.
Yay.
It's too much palm.
Yeah, it's very common. I would say about under 40 is quite common, but it's only about 5 to 10% of men under 40 report it. You normally get men aged from about 60 and above that come and report it, because obviously they're married, they still want to have a good sex life with their partner. They're noticing as they're getting older, obviously things are slowing down. So that's when you get them coming in and they don't feel so embarrassed, because obviously they're older. So they associate to age and they think it's normal. So there's less stigma with the older men. But the younger men, that's where the stigma is. I think they feel more embarrassed and feel like they can't come to us. So there's like 1 in 3. There's a lot of men out there that go through it at some stage in their life. Some people get through it on their own, because you can, like I said, it's an emotional thing. So you can. But some people are struggling through it and still struggle through it and do not come and get advice. And it's a shame, because they put themselves in situations where they kind of isolate themselves to the point where, you get a lot of guys who, I don't know, they just don't feel comfortable to like have a healthy sex life, and it does affect them in other ways as well. So it's quite a deep psychological thing. So it's not just the physical side that it affects men emotionally as well, because some men get really, really depressed by it. So it can trigger depression in other stages of life and things like that. So that's a whole other story, but it's just to advise people that if you are going through it, it's normal. Like I said, 1 in 3, and it's okay, and you can just go and get help. And there is so much help available on the NHS. You don't even have to go private. You'll get referred and be seen really, really quickly. They'll give you therapy, give you treatment, and they'll give you like so much support in different ways for you to be able to get yourself better. And then you look back at it and think you were fine in the end. So,
sorry,
yeah, you'll be fine.
I had one more question. Because you said it's like largely psychological, how does that play into like the placebo effect? So we were mentioning earlier that it's very difficult to go into a barbershop nowadays without having somebody selling you either some level of roots or telling
bitters
you bitters, or telling you to take
the herb,
Maggie, Magnum, or what have you. Like, are those things also working?
I think it's placebo. I think it is placebo. Yeah, I don't think that does what people think, because I just don't see how Magnum can give your body that kind of testosterone to tell it to do that. I don't think so. That's just me.
It's tonic wine. I'm looking at
it from a scientific point of view. I don't know how that's going to tell your nervous system and your brain send blood to the penis and get it erect. I just don't see how those things are doing that. But obviously people say it, and I do think it's a placebo thing.
Would you agree that there's some herbs that work though? Because there's some that swear blind by it, you know. There's some that swear blind by it. That has the same effect.
But you have to imagine, if you're going through something and somebody tells you, this has worked for me, and a lot of people are saying the same thing, and then you now take it, your mind's already telling you, this can work for me, this is going to work for me. So I do think it is more the fact that it's a placebo aspect of things, because there's a lot of studies that if you look at in terms of medical research, there will be like a group of patients, we'll give them a drug that's got nothing in it, and then we'll give a group of patients the actual real drug, and they come up with the same results because they believe that it's working. So it's a lot of the times it's not peer pressure, but it's word of mouth, people recommending it, people saying it's going to work. And if you really believe it, because remember, it's also like a level of faith, isn't it? If you sit there and think, oh my gosh, this is going to work for me, you'll start using it and start to see, you'll see the difference, and you'll see that it's working. Because if I'm honest, I don't think the herbs are going to deal with the psychological aspects of what you're dealing with. And like I said, it is a nervous system issue. So the herbs, it can't tell your brain to do what's meant to do. The herbs will probably relax you. It can make you feel less stressed. Like I said, anxiety contributes to this. So this can also help with that, because you might be thinking, I'm taking the herbs. Oh, I feel less pressure. I feel calm. It'll help with like your stress. It'll help with your mood. So that in turn can help you have an erection, because then you're not as stressed as you were before. But I don't think it's necessarily the herbs. I think it's the contributing factors to it, around it, that probably causes the herbs to be effective, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay. If you believe it,
then you shall achieve it. Yeah. Can I, have you got any other questions?
I've got another question.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we speak about the men now. Do you actually have any women that come to speak to you about their husbands or their partners' erectile dysfunction? Is that common, like women coming in? Because women do. Too scared to come in.
Women do. So women will sometimes say it, but they say it from a place of like, maybe their sex life isn't, they come in, not frustrated, but they come in a sense where they would like advice, because they want some advice because they don't know what to do anymore. They're at the point where it's like they're trying, and they also want to respect their partner. They want their partner to feel like a man. Obviously, you want him to feel loved. So they come in for advice because they want to know what they can do better. And a lot of times women think it's them. So they come in and want to get tests done because they think something's wrong with them. But when you hear the story, you actually kind of have to explain there's nothing wrong with them. Do you know what I mean?
Are they using them out? No, I'm joking.
Oh my God. No, like they just, no, but it's like, they just think like maybe something's wrong with them in terms of like, are they not performing properly? Are they not maybe getting aroused properly? Are they turning off their partner? So that's, they actually associate with them more than they do with the men. So a lot of women take the burden on themselves.
Especially if you're men that are coming there, most of the time, obviously, let's be real. Although there's a lot that's happening in a lot of younger men, as you say, that happens in a lot of older men. And if their wives are around the same age as them, they might just start feeling that they're not attractive anymore.
That's
They
might have their own. And they'll be like, my husband doesn't want me anymore, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing that the husband wants to
exactly. So a lot of the women come.
They come to complain.
Okay. Thank you.
They come to basically
cannot perform again.
Sorry,
to
say
ask
again.
for some support.
Oh, they ask for
They
support.
come for support because they're worried.
They're coming to cuss them. Colette he is no longer performing. Before that was the only thing I got from him. He don't even have a job. Now he can't even do the thing that he's supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to do? It's not my breast. It's very pet. My breast is very pet. I was told on the street.
No, they don't moan like that, I must say. They're quite supportive.
Okay.
Some of them are, I'm not gonna lie, some women are a bit like some.
I'll cuss it down. Don't even lie. They say they're cussing down.
They're not as supportive, I would say.
Yeah.
What kind of man is this?
Get fed up with it.
What kind of man is this? His penis don't work. Nonsense man.
Much. One last thing that I want you to touch on is just the importance of checking the balls, the genitals, and
checking your testicles?
Yeah. If you could just touch on that, and then we'll
you need to. Well, you need to check them once a month.
Check them, sorry?
They should be checked once a month.
Okay.
And what should you
Every
be looking
month
for?
you should be checking your testicles. So what you're going to do, you need to use your thumb and your index finger, and you need to hold each testicle, and you need to basically like wrap your fingers around there and just keep rubbing around. And it should feel smooth. There should be no lumps. There should be no bumps at all. There will be some unusual shapes, which is fine because obviously you've got veins in the testicles, so that is normal. So as you get to know your testicles, you'll know that your testicles feel like a certain way. You know where the bumpy bits are. You know where there's extra bits of skin. You know how the shape is. So that's why you need to feel it once a month. If you notice any lumps that are hard, a lump that doesn't move, a lump that doesn't like go flat when you squash it, that's when you need to go straight to the GP. I would suggest going straight away. Don't leave it and think, it's fine, it will go away, because if it's that kind of lump, it's probably not going to go away. Doesn't mean it's cancer. It could be a cyst, because you can get cysts in your testicles, which would mean that we need to have a look at that, ultrasound it, and make sure it's just a cyst. And sometimes you can get cysts in the testicles that don't drain themselves. They can just stay there and sit in the testicle, but it doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. So you need to make sure that you just check your testicles once a month. If you notice any lump that is unusual for you, any swelling, any pain, any persistent change, anything like, for example, 1 month your testicle was just normal round, had a little bit of a vein, and then next month you check and there's a vein but a lump at the side, things like that. If you notice and you think this isn't normal for me and this is not what I'm used to, you get pain, trouble passing urine, painful passing urine, or your testicles just feel really heavy and like really, they feel weighty because it just feels like there's something like pulling on them, then you would be advised to come straight in. So please check them once a month and get to know your testicles as well and know what's normal for you. And then you'll figure out if there's something wrong. You will know very quickly. Just like women, we have to check our breasts once a month. It's the same with men. You should be checking your testicles and your penis as well. Have a look. Have a look around there, see if there's anything abnormal, and just get to know your body very well. As you get older, your body's going to change. Your testicles will change, your penis will change, the shape, the look, the color, everything. So really get to know it, because you will see that things will change as you get older and things are going to look different. But you don't want to get surprised and think something's wrong when there isn't. But you also want to be aware if there's a change that's not normal for you, so you can get yourself help as quick as possible. Because the quicker you find a lump, God forbid it is something like sinister, they can treat it really, really quickly if it's found quickly. If you leave it really long, then the chance of effective treatment obviously is less. So once a month would be good.
Okay.
Excellent.
At some point in time, Mrs. Wolf, I would like to see if we can call you back again so we can talk about some women's health as well. So even again, because I think sometimes the opposite sex don't know what the other side has to, they go through when they talk about their sexual health and stuff like that. So it would be good to hear some stuff about what women have to look for. And, we always talk about breast cancer a lot. That's one thing that we always talk about with women, but there'll be other sexual health stuff that I'm sure they need to think about. Fibroids is one massive one in the black community that they need to know about. Not just fibroids. What's the other one?
Polycystic ovarian cyst.
Polycystic ovaries. PCOS. That's very common.
Even stuff like
and endometriosis as well.
Even stuff like UTI. Is it UTI? The one that you have where you stuff like that. And again, they say women should always pass urine after they have sex. Again, that's something I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, it's good too because it cleans the urethra out. So it prevents any bacteria there.
But yeah, so all those types
That
of
helps.
things that some people might not know about, it will be fantastic if you can come on at some point. You can come in live. You don't have to do it over the phone, obviously, and drop some bars and some knowledge on some people about their sexual health. But
Okay,
I want to say
that would be good.
I want to say thank you very much on behalf of ESN Podcast for coming on the show. It was greatly appreciated.
We appreciate you for sure.
And I hope that other people are listening to Mrs. Wolf get some of the information that is needed. I'll let Mr. Wolf say his goodbyes.
Yeah, so many thanks. I did tell her, listen, you're going to be coming on more often than not, because some of the stories that our resident medical professional has got that I've heard, jaw-dropping stories, bro. Some serious ones that be very interesting, and not only because they're interesting stories, but because they will be educational. You guys touched on HIV and AIDS 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Hold on. The AIDS, please.
The AIDS. So yeah, and it was just funny because we touched on that subject matter the same week, and some of the things that I was getting from her, I swear my jaw would drop to the floor. I thought I knew about it. I clearly don't know enough. And I have this belief that a lot of people think they know about things like HIV and AIDS, but they don't know as much as they should. So at some point in the future, we're going to get you back on, but we really appreciate your time. And
it's not a fashionable disease anymore.
It's not. And I'll see you later. Shall we say goodbye?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Worries.
All right.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right.
Part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
He's got the one-liners today, man.
Yeah, so that was a good little chat there with Mrs. Wolf. She gave us some deep information. One other thing I want to drop in there, a lot of this time, again, a lot of stuff like this links to porn. Again, porn is on the rise, especially in young men and stuff like that. If you're seeing all these porn men and they got dicks that's like 12 inches, that's not normal. Like, if you see them banging for 3 to 4 hours, a lot of them are on Viagra, same like you think that you are not, but they actually are. So,
and also there's editing, there's cutscenes.
Yeah, there's cutscenes. They got fluffers.
Yeah.
They got so much different things. It doesn't just go as dead man just go in there power for 5 hours or an hour or whatever, and that's how it goes.
It's got a whole support team.
There's a lot of things going on in the background that you don't know about. So please don't gauge your performance off porn, right? Gauge your performance off your own self.
You get ideas from porn, though.
You can, but sometimes the ideas they get from porn are not that great either.
Yeah, I know.
So be careful, because a lot of they're even saying that a lot of men that are being ultra aggressive, men and women being ultra aggressive in sex, because that's what type of porn they're watching and stuff like that. Some of them don't have normal sex anymore, if you want to call normal sex.
What is normal?
Like
vanilla,
vaginal.
No, vanilla. True. Like there's all these terms now, innit? You know, so I didn't know this until not so long ago. What vanilla was? Yeah.
Vanilla is a standard missionary, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a good missionary, boy. I tell you that from now, boy. Apart from the ones that came to Africa. But
oh yeah.
Bars.
On that note, bro.
But yeah.
Let's chat about something else, boy.
Okay, all right. So
bars.
Did you guys hear about what happened to Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy who?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Who's that?
No, I saw a headline pop up about Jimmy Kimmel. I read it, but I didn't read what happened.
What is
happened?
he the owner of Reddit?
No. Jimmy Kimmel, is he the TV guy?
Yeah.
All right, so Jimmy Kimmel has a night show that I believe is on. I need to know what network it's on. ABC. He's had a night show for ages. He's one of the top rated people on NBC. And sorry, ABC, I think it is. Sorry, not NBC. Let me confirm that it's ABC. Yeah, ABC. But they've suspended him indefinitely.
Okay, what?
Did he say something about Palestine?
No, he did not.
Okay.
He said something about Charlie Kirk.
Okay, that's one of the two hot topics right now.
Yeah, so we spoke about Charlie Kirk last week, about him being assassinated for his, basically got assassinated. Now, I don't know if we knew at the time who did it.
No, we didn't.
But now we've established that the person that actually did it is not a leftist. He's not somebody that's a Palestine supporter. He's not a black person that hates his racism or whatever.
He's one of his own.
He's actually a right-wing Republican-born young man in his 20s that decided that I forgot what the terms that they said about this, but he basically didn't like Charlie Kirk. He's like, he's up himself too much or something like that. And he thought, you're too much, I'm going to take you out. And that's what he did. So again, if you've been seeing all the propaganda that was coming out from the Republican side or the right wing side, they were blaming the leftists for all of this stuff, but now they find out it's one of their own. They're gonna be quiet. So anyway, I need to find out the actual thing that Jimmy Kimmel said. Let me just while I'm saying that. Here we go. What did Jimmy Kimmel say about Charlie Kirk? Okay. So anyway, he's been suspended indefinitely from the show because of some comments that he made, and he basically said in his monologue, he said that he used the word MAGA gang, was desperately trying to characterize the kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them to score political points from it. That's like a breakdown of kind of what he said.
What's a MAGA?
MAGA, as in Make America Great Again.
Oh, okay. I'm old.
So they said that by him saying that, they said he was basically, and he also said that condemned the fact that the White House basically put the flag at half mast for him, because who's this guy that you need to put the flag at half mast for him? So because he said that, they took him off the air and he's been suspended indefinitely.
That's mad. And
everyone's like, well, that's a madness. Like and he's already been online and said his condolences to the family, and that this is a travesty of justice and it shouldn't happen. He didn't actually even say anything about Charlie Kirk, really. He just said that you guys that thought it was, or again, what I'm saying now, you guys that thought it was one of the other side, basically he's one of your guys.
And you're using down.
Yeah, and all this time you've been using him as his death as a political tool to try to go against the other people. And so then they've taken him off the air, and there's been a lot of backlash about this. About again, talking about freedom of speech in America, and has freedom of speech been removed? I don't know if you remember at the beginning when Trump got into power for the second time, he was running riot on a lot of the networks, trying to get people off the air because they were saying bad things about him. Yeah, and they're saying that this is another extension of that. He himself has come out and said that this is the right thing, that he's happy with what ABC have done, and he commends them for taking that stance against this Jimmy Kimmel and taking him off the air. What do you think about that? What do you think about it?
I think it's how can I put it? I don't know. I mean, it just tells me that the world is was it last week that you guys were saying that the world right now is in a big mess.
Yeah.
That. And I remember saying about a year ago, maybe about a year and a half ago, that that we're heading towards some kind of a race war. And I don't know, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Stavros saying, ain't gonna be no race war. And brother, if it's not a race war, it's gonna be some kind of a civil war in the United States. The left versus the right. Red versus blue. Something is brewing over there, bro.
Everywhere. I don't say it's just over there.
And it's not just the United States. I fully must agree. It's
France,
everywhere.
UK. Well, look at us. We just had these protests.
It's going on everywhere. And when I say that the United States is brewing, the United States is brewing, and the rest of the world is doing the same. Because when you guys said, the world's in a mess, bro. Oh my God. I'm like, absolutely. Because okay, you've got Palestine and you've got Israel, you've got Russia, you've got Ukraine. No one's speaking about what the United States done with Venezuela. I don't know if you guys know about that. So the
boat.
So they bombed the boat, claiming it to be some drug pushing
drug cartel.
Yeah. So the Russia and Venezuela, the United States and Venezuela are going at it as well, and they wanted to oust him for a long time because he's just not conforming to what they want. So because I think he's aligning with BRICS as well, then you've got what's going on in Sudan, what's going on in Congo, what's going on with China and it's that small place that they want to take over, Taiwan, everywhere. And
a lot of land grabs,
What I've noticed is that what is going on in a lot of the world outside of Congo and Sudan, most of what is being publicized is everywhere but Africa. And that's not to say that that there's nothing going on there, because Stavros will be the first to tell you there's a lot going on.
There's always something going on in Africa, though.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That might be even the issue.
Yeah, but it doesn't get publicized. People barely know. Only the last, say, 5 years that people are talking about Congo. and only recently that people are talking about Sudan, but these things have been brewing for how long? Do you get what I'm saying? So the public know about everywhere else, but what's going on in the heart of the world. I don't know what that means, but yeah. But freedom of speech and it's for me, it's never been a thing anyway. The whole idea of living in a democratic country. What's the opposite to democracy?
Communism. Well, it's not the opposite. It's like communism, dictatorship.
This is what we live in. It's just a smokescreen.
Is Trump the closest thing to a dictator in the United States that you've seen?
In the United States, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's been any other president that I would say has been as close to a dictator as Donald Trump, and I can't remember. Maybe because obviously we don't live there, so it's not something that I'll take to heart. Maybe somebody might say Bush, but I can't see him as being as much as we do it my way or the highway as
that attitude. No, it's the honesty about it, not so much whether they're doing it or not, because they will do it in policy, but it's the honesty about it. The other presidents, you wouldn't hear them say it out of their mouth, whereas he would just tell you like, you're either with us or you're against us, one of them things. What I wanted to ask you, which is a weird, obscure piece of news on the Charlie Kirk theme, did you hear that Benjamin Netanyahu came out and denied that Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk?
That Israel?
Yeah.
No.
You never heard that?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the links, that at one point he was very much pro, and then he kind of took himself away from Israel, and I think the thing
did
is...
He?
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
No, he did. And, the conspiracy is that they had something to do with his assassination.
The United States themselves are trying to distance themselves from Israel in certain ways, isn't it? Especially after they bombed Qatar, and them not just trying to... Like, they're trying to do business in the Middle East, and you're just there bombing them. So they're like, oh God, what are you doing, man? Now you're messing us all these problems up, giving us problems.
But what I find interesting is the fact that like Netanyahu actually put a video out denouncing that they had anything to do with it. And that,
well, why? Why would you think? At this present moment in time, you could blame Israel on anything, and people would be like, yeah, it's them.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's been a whole load of other things that they have been accused of, and he hasn't come out and denounced any of them. Because
maybe he was happy to say, yeah, I did that.
It's crazy. It's just, I just thought it was a bit
the thing with Charlie Kirk is that for what he is, this is way too much.
This is what I'm saying to you. It's a bit weird. Like,
he's way too much. So
to me, nobody was accusing Israel of this. So him just coming out and saying,
he just said that people were accusing him.
Yeah, I did. For me, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so clearly it's being said.
Yeah.
But because they was talking about there's all these some people are saying that guy wasn't a lone wolf. You can see all these people doing hand signals, this, that, and the other. Obviously, for them to get away from the fact that it's not a left person or somebody that's mad, and it's actually somebody from their own camp. Yeah. Maybe they are trying to push it onto somebody else. Maybe the algorithms are saying things that are lies to try and push people to see, well, there is still a common enemy out there that we can take our vengeance out on, rather than taking our vengeance out on the right wing.
Yeah.
Again, the guy was high on the NRA type gun thing. Like, he wanted people to have guns. He's talking about protecting themselves. He's even come out and said that people have to die to keep guns. It is what it is.
Yeah, but apparently he did change his position on Israel a little bit, in the sense where he apparently, after he saw some of the video footage stuff of what was been happening in Gaza or what have you, he said that he couldn't put his name behind the killing of children.
That's a bullshit, because he was quite saying that he was happy for them to kill the Palestinians before. So
yeah, but sometimes when you see it in the cold heart,
sometimes when it doesn't benefit you to say something because the tide is turning, you then try to turn with the tide.
I'm not gonna skirt away from that.
A lot of people that were singing pro Israel tunes in the past are now trying to turn around and say Israel, this looks like genocide. In fact, I think the UN just classified it as genocide just the other day.
The UN?
Yeah, or somebody, somewhere, I think it was the UN that just classified it as genocide now. So the whole public perception of what Israel was doing has now changed dramatically. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I found it interesting that they took him off the air indefinitely, and that is, he's not like a small time. It's not a small boy. For them to do that, that's a major move, and it's gonna backfire on them quite heavily, I reckon, with regards to the amount of backing that he gets from the rest of the celebrities that are out there potentially taking his side. Obviously, the network's a network, and people are always gonna want jobs, so somebody will take his place regardless. But I just find it interesting that they were so quick to remove him from his post when he's been there for so long. But
so what you were saying that Jimmy Kimmel was the Gary Lineker of this ABC slot,
basically? Yeah, almost. Yeah. Shout out Lineker, actually. He just won. He actually finally beat what's their name, Ant and Dec, to the Best Presenter Award in the National TV Awards. Apparently, they've won for the last 23 years.
No way.
What, back to back?
Back to back.
Wow. Ballon d'Or
Mad
supremacy.
fog on the tine, you know. Only the old school man and all that. Fog on the time.
And all mine. But
bad boy, chicken.
But yeah, so Gary Lineker finally won. Obviously, he's just come off Match of the Day and he's starting his own stuff. So it's good to see that he's still in the limelight, or people are still acknowledging him. I don't know if you saw any of the Emmys as well.
No.
There's a program called Hacks. I don't watch it, but there's a lady that won one of the Emmys on there, and she went on the stage, boy, and she basically said, shout out the Giants or something. I forgot, or was it the Eagles? I can't remember what it was, or the Birds. Something. That's it. Shout out the Birds. I think it's a team, whatever team you're talking about. Fuck ICE and free Palestine. She said it straight, and I was like, rah. They didn't even cut it. They didn't even edit it out. Not the main character. It's one of the ladies in it. I just know which one.
But that's the show. Eh?
Yeah.
Hacks. Okay.
But
catch that on Amazon.
Yeah, but she said it live on stage, boy, and I was shocked. I was like, "Rah, is this how we're going on now?" People are just saying this when they're collecting awards, but as I said, the tide is turning now, where people don't have to feel, or maybe people are feeling that they're able to scream that out a little bit more than they were in the past because of the atrocities that they're seeing online. Again, I think sometimes people take it for granted what social media can do.
Yeah.
Like the amount of stuff that we get suppressed stuff, and we get our own timeline showing us what they want us to show us. But sometimes some things slip, and sometimes things that you didn't expect to come online. Sometimes you see soldiers killing children, and you just, it don't matter how hard you are on the far right or this, that, and the other, you can't bear it.
You're going to get touched by it.
Yeah, and sometimes, you're seeing or hearing about people being raped in prisons and men being raped by other soldiers and this, that, and the other. And you think to yourself, well, this is not what they're telling me. They're telling me Hamas. Why am I seeing that Israeli soldiers doing all of these madness? Why am I seeing the IDF doing all of this madness? And then suddenly now your tide has to turn because it's been pushed into the forefront regardless of whether or not you wanted to see it or not.
I think that a lot of celebrities are starting to speak out a little bit more. You had Mo Salah come out and say something a few weeks ago, and just recently Eric Cantona. I don't know if you've seen the video of him.
No.
He's one deep.
He I think it was some, I don't know what it was, but it was some kind of awards, and he was presenting an award, and he basically said, look, there's a hypocrisy, and when Russia done what they done with the Ukraine, they were banned. FIFA banned
12 days afterwards.
Yeah, 12 days after. And he said over a year later, what's happened over there, and Israel is still allowed to compete in UEFA and FIFA tournaments. And he says that we got to stop this, and we shouldn't be hypocrites. And he said that you, the fans, we are the voice, that we can make a difference. So just alluding to what you said, that social media can influence people. I do think that celebrities can do the same. And when you got a voice, I think that you should use it for whatever reason. It could be for these kind of things. If you are a footballer who's dealing with racism, it's very important that you speak out about your experience and don't shy away. Back in the day, it was more let your feet do the talking and just get on with it. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's bring it out in the open. Let's expose those. It happened to a Antoine Semenyo at the first game of the season. It was a Liverpool fan that done it, and rightfully he's been banned for life. So these things, people need to speak out, and if you're in a position of influence, I do think it's important that you don't remain silent.
I also want to touch on something when we're speaking about this type of stuff that I find very dangerous, and that is Elon Musk.
Boy,
Elon Musk, just so I can flesh it out, Elon Musk seems to be sticking his nose in British business when he doesn't understand it, or he's trying to fan the flames. And
he was sticking his nose in American business.
He's basically trying to almost incite a race riot in the UK against the immigrations. He's backing Tommy Robinson all the way. He's retweeting stuff from Tommy Robinson and those types of people of his ilk, saying stuff like, we need to take back your country. Don't allow these people.
He sent a video, didn't he, during the last week's rally in central London? Mad thing.
Yeah, for me, it's just crazy. For one, the man is an immigrant in whatever country he's in now anyway, because he's not in South Africa. And for two,
well, they were immigrants anyway.
Exactly. Stay away from other people's business, because all you're doing is highlighting such a disgraceful man, one that doesn't even use his real name out in these streets, is using some fake name as well, that's running to Spain every 5 minutes when he thinks he's ready to be an immigrant over there, and you're backing him. It's disgrace. I just think it's actually disgusting, the fact that this person of this amount of influence and power is just willingly just adding himself to things that I don't think he should be adding himself.
He's an agitator, isn't he?
He is, but he doesn't know. I don't understand. I don't think he he does know. He knows exactly what he's doing. But I don't think the public understand how much of a problem that is, the fact that this somebody, the richest man in the world, seems to be backing these idiotic lunacy that is partaking in the UK. Like, did you see what was happening last week with the stuff with the flag bearers and whatever that came out to support Britain and screaming about the immigrants?
Yeah. I saw a lot of footage. Yeah.
Did you see them pissing on things that are like British monuments?
No.
Not thinking about it because they don't even know what they are. This is the problem with the British people sometimes. They don't even know their own selves.
It's ignorant.
Yeah, it's just a lot of them went out there to be cussing. They don't even know what they're cussing for.
It's like the video I played the other day about Nigel Farage's political party, and people support it and they didn't know what the policies were.
At all, not one policy. All they knew is immigrants. Listen, the minute that you people stop going to Spain, then you can open your mouth. Because the Spanish don't want you there either. They told you they don't want you there. What are you still doing? Going there. Expats all day long. All right? So, anyway, let me not start with the British and their foolishness with the flag, because I was here for a long period of time.
Can we touch on a topic that I think the listener put in as well? I think it's good that we're fleshing out all of what she wanted to talk about, and you guys touched on it a little bit last week, but not on entrepreneurship and the idea of financial freedom. I mean, Simple Simon was just talking about work and tech and things like that. You guys are more in the tech field than me. I don't really know about tech, but I know that it is very much a field that a lot of people are going into now. Sorry?
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. Well, this is what I'm saying. So when everything that I see on my feed nowadays is about tech, maybe because I've inquired about it and I know people that have gone into that field. I wanted to touch on this and then, move on to the more entrepreneurial side of things. Is that I know a few people that have left my place of work. They've studied the tech field, that whatever they've studied in, and they've got a job literally immediately, and they've moved on to bigger and better things from it. So there are success stories. I don't really know about these stories of the failures, but I hear a lot of positivity on the outside in. Like the guy that I'm speaking of, one of my good friends, he's earning quite a lot of money. And one of the things that... Sorry?
Doing what?
He's doing, I think it's cloud computing, I think it's Azure, AWS kind of things.
Okay.
And then there was a subject matter that we touched on. I think it might have been in season 1 or early in season 2, where there was a lady who was talking about trying to get black people into tech. And then I've done my own little bit of research and got in contact with a guy who he moved from selling insurance with Aviva to going into tech, to then being one of the heads in AWS, to building his own company in tech. And there's a lot of success stories that I've heard of, and I'd like to know from you guys whether you see success stories and what the issues are relating to some of the stories that are not so great that you don't hear about.
I'm not saying that it's not easy to make money in tech, because it is, and you can find different avenues to make money. Cloud computing is one of them. That is the future, where cloud computing. If you don't know what cloud computing is, The cloud is obviously where you save all of your data and stuff like that. And where these jobs will be coming in is how you manage that data. So the people that will be there'll be things like compliance. So companies might not know what they can and can't store in the data. They might need compliance officers to find different methods, and that's one way of making money that you probably never thought about at all. Then there's obviously the ones that maintain the data to make sure that it's working as it is.
Data integrity.
Data integrity, all this stuff. Blah 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 blah. They will soon be automated at some point by AI, and it will be gone.
Wow!
And this is my problem, right? This is why I'm saying tech.
How soon?
All right, so very soon, very soon. Like I've been in situations and meetings where I'm hearing people saying that their aim is to remove a third of the workforce to replace it with AI.
Mad.
Right? This is every workforce. So we want to talk about tech. I want to talk about entrepreneurial things. You want to say this? I'm saying to you now, as a big man
in this tech thing,
as a big man in general, yeah. To all you younger people that want to get into these types of jobs, I am telling you now, go and be an engineer, go and be an electrician, go and be a plumber, go and be a builder, go and be any job that a computer can't do for itself. Because the way that they're moving at this present moment in time, and the mad thing is that AI has been around for years. It's just now the push is there. They are trying to remove all people from their roles and replacing them with AI. And the scary thing about AI is AI, you think it's the all-seeing, all-telling, or whatever. AI is still a biased piece of technology, and it is still information that is coming from the internet. It could be it could be wrong. One of the examples I use, the other day I got a new phone. I got Gemini on this phone. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. Did I mention it last week?
No.
So I said to Gemini, boom, 2 twos now, make me a screensaver for my phone of Storm from the X-Men. Boom. Okay, this thing. Storm was white, bro. I said, I said, Gemini, Storm is a black character. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Let me rectify that now. 2 twos now, she come blacker than Staff. I said, imagine that, something so simple as that. Imagine if the world didn't. Imagine you have a child that is born and it gets to an age where it can use the technology. That could whitewash Storm, you know?
Yeah, literally.
One time.
And again, I was talking to my brother, and you saw me talking on the phone. We were talking about AI as well. I was saying stuff like America's already trying to erase the slave history from their teaching. At some point, your teachers are going to be all AI, and it's going to make a decision about what they're going to teach and what's history now. And people won't know the difference. They won't know the difference because they're too lazy to go and do the actual information themselves.
100%.
And all they'll use is AI. So one thing I'll say is, again, try to look for jobs that you can use that you might frown upon in the past because it's too menial or it's too manual and this, that, and the other. They will be the ones that's making big money because you can't do it.
Even now they make money.
Exactly.
Them plumbers and electricians.
Exactly. Go and find a trade because the trade can't be done by AI. Right? I use another example. Graphic designers. There used to be some, or even any type of, not even just graphic designers. What's the ones that architects? All of these people, yeah.
CAD designers,
they used to be big money people because you would make big money from it. Imagine now you can just go to AI and just say, boom. I don't know if I showed you guys the picture I did of my garden.
No.
I took a picture of my garden and I said, boom, what can I do with this to make it look better? 10 minutes, not even that. So, not even 10 minutes, couple of minutes, yeah? AI had given me several different designs of how my garden can look.
Wow.
Obviously, I can't do that myself. Or I could, the majority of it. But I'm going to have to go and pay the man to do the manual labor. But the person that I would have got to do the design is gone.
Mad.
Imagine now I've got space upstairs in my house. You know what? How do I make this? How can I adjust this to make this into a living space? What do I need to do? Done. And I'm talking about stuff like that. Let me give you another example. Somebody the other day was trying to buy a house. Yeah? To circumvent the is it circumvent?
Circumnavigate.
Circumvent the lawyers. They went to ChatGPT and said, can you explain to me all of the legal terms or whatever I need to know to buy this house? Use ChatGPT, bought the house, no lawyer involved.
Wow.
Imagine how many people are now going to be using ChatGPT to represent themselves in court. Can you look at the laws that will allow me, or what? Look at the past.
Yeah, but you're saying that some of the information is incorrect, though.
But people won't know, and they will just use this stuff to try and think that they can do it themselves. because AI is now letting you do everything yourself, or AI is going to do it for you. So, but
it's going to improve, surely.
It's improving what way?
The information that, let's say, Storm, I don't know.
Not necessarily, because the more fake news that gets pumped into the ecosystem, the more rubbish it gets. I'm not saying it's bad. AI is there for everyone to use, but I keep telling you, people, I've watched Terminator 2, bro. I know, and as soon as they start signing that, they're going to become sentient beings, and they're going to start putting AI into droids or whatever, because they're already using AI in drones, you know that, innit?
Yeah.
To identify who they think is an enemy or not. So what does that mean? So anyone with a hijab is an enemy, and the person that's wearing a suit is it not?
What is plausible deniability? So if there is a mishap, it was an
AI mistake.
It was an AI mistake.
But why is AI making the decisions that a human should be making?
Well, I think it's plausible deniability.
It's
obstruction.
It's mad. So I don't want to go off topic too much, but I just want people to understand that yes, there are very, very there's a lot of jobs that you might find in tech, and you might make quick money, quick, fast, and you might get on the rise. But at this present moment in time, if you're not dealing with AI, or you're not looking in AI, or not doing anything that's involved with AI, it might be a bit techie for you later on in life, because they are looking to cut people, cut with AI. And I don't know how they think people are going to invest in their businesses or pay money for their products if no one's got money, because no one ain't got no damn job.
Just to give a little plug, I guess, but I watch or listen to Diary of an Entrepreneur every now and then. I wouldn't say that I'm an avid watcher or listener, but sometimes there are subject matters that just pop up and I just listen to. And one of the ones was the AI safety expert. These are the only 5 jobs that will remain, and he talks about the jobs that will remain, and I think one of them was a number of trading jobs. But it's an interesting one. It was 2 weeks ago, and his viewership on podcasts are anything from 800,000 to like 3 odd million. For this one specifically, he got 6.3 million views. Okay. So yeah, it was pretty good.
There are people that are doing seminars with bosses right now about AI and showing them how they can use AI to cut your job. Please understand and know that.
And that is all down to saving money, because money is king.
Everything is about money. And them wanting to reduce workforce and reduce inefficiency. Sorry, produce inefficiency.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Just be careful. So yes, the tech world is there, and the tech world is a beautiful place to be in. But it's
you're in there,
you're in there, but it also can be quite techie at this present moment in time, because AI is going to be taking a lot of people's jobs.
Mad.
And the irony of it is that you are programming AI to take people's jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then those that are doing the programming, they'll be the ones that will be replaced at some point as well.
Well, no, the ones that are doing the programming are the ones that they're replacing themselves.
Yeah,
that's mad.
So even you, as a casual user, you are replacing somebody or yourself.
Yeah,
depending on what your industry is.
And a lot of people are pushing it. Oh, use AI to do your job better, to make it more efficient. Use AI. And they're not knowing that they're asking you to use AI so they can see what you're doing with the AI, so they can say, well, we don't need you anymore because the AI is doing it. You've automated it now, so why do I need you for?
I won't lie, I've used it a lot recently, I won't lie. And it's helped.
It is helpful. No one said that it's not helpful. I've heard somebody use the analogy of a sat-nav. They said AI is like a sat-nav. At the beginning, when everyone had a sat-nav, you had 2 types of people. Ones that never wanted to use the sat-nav because they never trusted it, and ones that used it too much to the point where they were driving into rivers. He goes that AI needs to get to a point where we are now with sat-navs, where if you know the road that you're going down, you won't necessarily use the sat-nav. But if you just need an extra assurance or a little boost, that's when you would use it.
The problem is, because they've baked it into consumer goods now, you're using AI whether you like it or not. So, like you said, you got Gemini on your phone. So unless, I don't know if there is a way for you to distinctly tell it to be off.
Well, if you don't pay for it, it will remove it.
So there you go.
But you would obviously get free bits as well. And that's another thing they were saying as well, that AI is free at the moment. You're going to get so used to using AI. As Mr. Wolf just said, everyone's using AI. Everyone's using AI. One day they'll just be like, excuse me, sir, you have to pay for it now. And you're going to be so used to using it, you're going to have to find a way to pay.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck.
And apparently Britain is quite far, or Europe itself is quite far behind the AI. So they're going to be using other countries' models and whatnot.
Well, didn't you hear the MI6, I think, put out a job call effectively? They said that they want highly skilled computer people to be trying to apply via the dark web for jobs in MI6.
Well, they want the best of the best, and the hackers are the best of the best.
Yeah, but listen to that. On the news, I heard it on the news today. BBC News, they're like, yeah, you know, we're putting out
That's crazy.
the job application on the dark web.
Talking of hackers, the hackers that hacked into the TFL system, and the TFL system went down for quite a number of weeks. Yeah, they've been caught. They've been caught, man. 2 separate teenagers, boy. They'll be they'll probably spend a little bit of time community service or whatever, and then one of those government agencies will definitely hire them at some point. Innit?
They ain't doing no community service. They go straight into that.
Straight into that. But yeah, man, how far are we in? We got time for anything else, or the entrepreneurial thing, or
it's up to you. You can speak on the entrepreneurial thing. We're only an hour and a half in.
Yeah,
this should be our last topic. If not, I'm gonna also.
Yeah, I mean, we went on from talking about tech to talking about money, innit? And just how important it is for us to. I think last week you was talking about how much you don't want to work, innit? And you having the post-holiday blues. I get the post-holiday blues. Not as badly as Big Wahala, who was saying that sometimes you don't even want to go on holiday because the idea that you've got to go back to work at some point. You know
that was
what I mean?
mad, but it's intense.
Yeah, I get it, but boy, I need that time out sometimes. Yeah, like there is a 1% or 2% or whatever. I don't even think that you need to be part of that 1%. I think that to be comfortable, even if it's not financial freedom, I think in this country, depending on the amount you have in your family, of course, but I think to be comfortable in this country, to maybe have a mortgage, pay your mortgage could be anything from £1,000 to £3,000 a month or so on average, and then to be able to pay your bills, and then to have plenty left over for you to save, and maybe you got a nice pension and you got quite a lot of money in your bank. How much would you say that you need to earn a year to have that? I mean,
I think we discussed this before.
Yeah, we have. I would say it's probably about 70 grand.
I would say it's around 110.
But I'm
for you to be comfortable and then to have plenty to left.
I'm saying 70 grand net. Sorry.
Okay.
So 70 grand net works out to be about 6 grand a month.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking no tax now. Yeah.
Yeah. Net.
110,000 with tax, you're not getting what you think you're getting.
Okay.
Because
some
100,000 and 125,000, you get taxed 60% or whatever you're getting over there.
Yeah. So you're right in terms of the amount that you take a month will be in the region of about 6 grand, and assuming that you're in a partnership, because for things to work a lot of the time, you need to be in partnership with someone in this country.
Yeah, I don't think 6 grand is enough.
Yeah, so to do something together, maybe one's earning 6, another's earning 6 or whatever, or 5 or 4, whatever the case may be, but maybe your household income is anything between maybe £8,000 and £12,000 a year. For me, a month, sorry. That's how much you need to have for you to be comfortable and for you to not think too much about what petrol station I'm going to go to, what car do I want to get, and things like that. You know, I want to send my kids to private school. I can do that, no problem. So
that's not comfortable though, is it? That's a bit that what the description that you're giving is about. No, but the description that you're doing isn't
around about
comfortable.
10 to 12.
No, I'm saying the description you're doing isn't comfortable. That's
above comfortable.
It's above comfortable. That description that you got, that wouldn't be comfortable. That would be above comfortable.
Okay, that's the financial freedom that I'm talking about then.
Yeah, you've gone into a level that's above comfortable.
Yeah, financial freedom and being comfortable is two different things. For you to be comfortable, that means that you're not really stressing that much on stuff. That is above stressing. Like your normal day-to-day stuff. I can pay my bills. I can pay my mortgage. I can go on holiday every so often. And, I'm not stressing. I might have money left over to save.
But that's not financial freedom then.
Financial freedom is that you, for me, my term of financial freedom is I don't need to worry about anything at all, ever.
Yeah. Like
that is financial freedom. So that means I need to be a I need to be a multi-millionaire yearly.
Yep.
And I need to defend it. Like I need to be able to say like, boom, I've got at least 10 million or 5 million in my bank account at all times. That for me is somebody that's got financial freedom. If I'm worried about, again,
that's a lot though.
Not even necessarily someone that's got his own business. Somebody can have their own business and their business could go like that tomorrow and you might have nothing.
No, you've got employees that earn millions a year.
And then and lose their job and suddenly that freedom that you thought you had is gone. So for me, financial freedom is that I need to have this certain amount of money in my bank account at all times.
And it depends on how you live. It depends on...
It does depend on how you live, but freedom. Because you're saying how I live. Financial freedom, I shouldn't have to worry about anything. That's the whole point. It's freedom. I don't need to worry about where I go to eat, what holiday I'm going to do. Every man should just be able to say to me, Wahala, I'm going to the Seychelles. I'm staying at a 5-star hotel. It's going to cost me 20 bags to go. Can you go? Yeah, of course. I shouldn't even blink. That's for me financial freedom. If I'm talking about, maybe I can't. If I ever say, maybe that's not financial freedom.
Yeah.
If I see a boat, I should be able to pay for it. That's financial freedom. Not many people in this world have financial freedom. There's always a restriction. In fact, the majority of the world has a restriction. Even rich people are restricted to what they can and can't afford. That's my term of financial freedom.
Yeah. You can be rich and not be financially free.
Yeah, you still have things that you need to pay for. Again, you could say that you're the minute you earn more money, the minute you get more bills.
Because there's levels to this. You have got entrepreneurs who are entrepreneurs. It doesn't mean that they're not struggling financially. So you can be an entrepreneur, someone who runs maybe 2 or 3 businesses. I think that's the term, maybe more than one. And you're still paying bills, you still got mortgages and things like that. But at the same time, I do think that it's very important that we teach our youngsters and also teach ourselves to have an entrepreneurial mindset. An entrepreneurial mindset isn't just about owning your own business, by the way. It's about investments that you make and managing your investments, And I just think it's important that we program our minds to have an entrepreneurial mindset. And that doesn't mean to say that you can't be an employee as well. You can be an employee on the route to become an entrepreneur. And then from there, you can then pursue the idea of having financial freedom. Because at the end of the day, I was talking to someone today and she was talking about what she's going to leave for her grandchildren. And that, he even says it in the Bible that when you, the reason why I'm going to give you wealth is not for your children, it's for your children's children. And that's what we have to do, especially our community. And that came from a Nigerian woman, and I think that when you look at the natives of this land, and you look at, Charlie or Bob or Gordon or whatever, a lot of the times I've heard from my college mates, my schoolmates, that they got a hand-me-down from their grandma, or I went to my grandma and they gave me 5 or 10 or 20 to assist me with my mortgage. We haven't really had that.
Yeah.
And the reason why we haven't had that, there's a good reason behind it, whether it's the Windrush generation or our parents or grandparents that came after them, and we came here to work. And when we came here to work, they came here to work, to be employees, most of them, and to give money back home. It wasn't so much to build generational wealth here, and we're now in a position of their labor and their hard work where we can now start thinking about that idea. And we've got friends, the entrepreneurs, or friends that own businesses. We're in, Big Wahala's wife's business now. Shout out One Stop and that. And the idea is to have that thought process of having your own business, of having an entrepreneurial mindset, of not just being an employee in a rat race, and trying your best to try to pursue financial freedom. You may not get it, but you may set up something that your kid could take over that could make them tens of millions. But the idea of, I'm the kind that I don't like to be stagnant. I'm not someone who doesn't want to reach their potential. I want to maximize my mind. I want to maximize what I can do and leave something behind for my people.
So I was going to ask you a question, because obviously Wahala and I spoke about this last week, and I was saying that I don't feel like I am entrepreneurial material, and he said something that's quite important, is like, yeah, not everybody is, kind of thing. But that's
absolutely true.
I did allude to the idea that I feel like, for myself personally, I have some of the ingredients for it, but I feel like I'm missing a component that I see drives people to go out there and go and do those things.
Your entrepreneurial stuff is rebellious. It's not necessarily about making money.
Okay, so
yours is being against the system, not necessarily about making money. You just don't want to be a part of the system.
Right, okay.
That's what I see with you. Whereas entrepreneurs want to make money.
Okay.
They also don't want to be governed. They want to have their own self, reliance. So it's there, I'm the boss, I'm in charge. But the be all end all is that they want to make money.
Right.
Whereas with you, yours just have a rebellious nature about yourself, and you might not want to work for the system.
Would it be fair to say that he would be the kind of person that is not money motivated, like you say, but he would do it more just to show that I can?
No.
I
think it's literally, I don't want to work for these people. I'd rather do something for my community. Like, I could see him being an entrepreneur in a community sense, whereas he's doing something for his people then.
But not motivated by money.
If money comes, he's going to be very happy to have the money.
Yeah.
He's also very Nigerian, so he's going to want the money. I'm not saying the money is not going to be there, but he's more of it is about being against the system, not necessarily wanting to conform to the system.
Is that correct?
If he was going to go the entrepreneurial, that's what I'd think it would be more.
I'd hear him disruptive. I hear him,
but But
I'm asking you though, like, can you describe what the ingredient is? Is it just what Wahala's saying, where it's just an appetite for money, or what? Like,
no, I said that's a large part of it.
It's a large part of it, but I'm saying
and not wanting to work for somebody else.
Yeah, so not wanting to work for somebody else, I have that to a degree, but it's not overwhelming enough for me to do the entrepreneurial route. And the thing is, I think we talked off air earlier on, and you mentioned something about risk and having an appetite for risk. I don't have a problem with risk. I've got an appetite for risk. I went through a very, very challenging time with regards to Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, changing the whole mind frame. I've thrown money into investments. I've thrown money into stocks. I've thrown a lot in. I've lost a lot. So I don't have that kind of thing with.
You don't fear failure.
Yeah, I don't fear failure in regards to that. Do you get what I mean?
Which is good. That's one of the components.
That's one of the components. But what's the other thing? What's the driving factor? Because I don't seem to have it.
I think the driving factor is just, I think it's personal to each individual. I don't think it's any one thing. I think that the highest commodity in life, do you know what it is, or what?
Time.
It's time. And a lot of people, once it's gone, innit?
Yeah.
But the idea is to acquire as much time as you can for the things that you love.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And the only way to do that is to have money, bruv. Or to be around someone or your partner who's got loads of it. So what we do is that we exchange our time for money, and that's what an employee does. That's what a business owner does. So I think that is the major component, or the major driving factor, is that people want to spend more time with either, shout out the Popo, or maybe not. People want to spend more time with people that they love, or with the things that they want to do. You get what I'm saying? So what do I need to do to get those things? And at the end of the day, it is either to get that job that pays me such and such amount, or to get myself into a position of financial freedom where I can do the things that I want. But a lot of it takes hard work and dedication, It takes a level of knowledge and wisdom and skill for something. Or some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, which is fair. You know, they might be born into families that are supremely rich, you know. But I lost my train of thought. There's something I wanted to say.
Yeah, entrepreneurship can be taught, by the way.
Yeah. It definitely can be.
Not necessarily, as you say, there's people that have been born with silver spoon in their mouth and been told never to work for anybody ever. And that's how they've been taught. So that's how they understand and that's what they know. And also, you say about time, a lot of entrepreneurs don't have any time because they've thrown themselves so much into this, whatever they're doing, that their time is no longer available for any other things. They find themselves in divorces. They find themselves in situations where they can't get into proper relationships because they spend so much time in their whatever they're doing because they want to make it a success because that has become their focus. There's ups and downs of being an entrepreneur.
I want to ask you a question. If there's a young person listening to this right now and...
I remember what I wanted to say.
So go ahead.
It was just about maybe touching on the young version of me or speaking to the younger audience or even people out there. If you can find something that that you can make money with, that you find very easy to do that. You might not even like it. You might be a barber and you can make quite a lot of money from that. But it's very easy for you to do. There's no stress behind it. You can wake up and you can be happy to go and do that. Do that. If it is frying chicken, do that, because you never know. You could start Big Wahala's Chicken Stop and then boom, all of a sudden there's a brand of chicken shops all over the country. So Anish started as one small place. Tasty started as one small place. And now they're all over the place. So if cooking is your thing, I would advise you that if there's something that is easy for you to do and you can make money through that, do that, pursue it, and you never know where that could take you.
Yeah, so my question was along that, if we've got young people listening, like what advice would you give them as far as like entrepreneurism is concerned?
It would be that.
It would be that.
On top of the idea of getting a mentor. And I will trust me right now, Elon Musk has got a mentor. No matter how rich you are, no matter how much money you have, they have got somebody advising them and giving them or kind of guiding them in a particular path, whether that's the right one or not.
Can you lay out the benefits of a mentor? Because when you say it like that, someone guiding them or putting them in the right path kind of thing, it can sound like, well, I'm going to get somebody to tell me what to do.
Well, you actually just said what the positive is. Because you're saying putting them on the right path. They say putting them on any path. The whole point of a mentor is that they've usually gone through the things that you are going through, and they're able to give you the best advice as to get to where you want to get to. So you might not if you want to be a midwife, you're not going to go get a mentor that's a rocket scientist. You'll get somebody that's done, midwifing.
So then, does that mean that Elon Musk's mentor is the richest man in the world?
It doesn't necessarily have to be.
Do you see what I'm saying to you?
I hear you. It could be someone who's supremely wisdom, and sometimes people that have really got intellect don't necessarily use it. And we were speaking about our boy Stavros, who is multifaceted, multi-skilled, and maybe he doesn't use it. But when it comes to advice, people are going to ask Stavros, what do you think about this and what do you think about that? So in a lot of the cases, yes, I think that a mentor is someone who's experienced in the field of something. I mean, I'll give an example. Our friend Alexander Mosley, one of his mentors was the guy that is running Hoodrich. Do you get what I mean? And the concept of the name came from him. Do you get what I mean? And look at him now. And when it comes to fashion, he's got a little hand in fashion, Alex, but that's not his main thing. His main thing is more luxury brands and all of that stuff. But if you've got an idea of how to run a business, how to have your mind, a lot of it is to do with your mindset and to not be scared of failure. You know, I remember hearing Denzel Washington saying, if you fall down 7 times, get up 8. Do you know what I'm saying? Never give up, and always wake up tomorrow. If you can wake up tomorrow and go again. It's about mindset. It's about having mentors and people around you with wisdom, you know, and doing things that you find that are easy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
Let's tie a bow in this now. Mm-hmm. All right, so guys, let's do our church notes and our goodbyes. I'm going to start off with Mr. Wolf.
You can catch me on Instagram on AK Mr. Wolf, on Twitter on AK_Mr. Wolf. I haven't watched anything really. Do you know what? I got up to the last episode of Ironheart. I haven't watched the last one yet. I'm actually going to watch that with our resident medical professional.
Oh, you've got to watch that now. You have to watch things together.
Oh my God. Yeah, but just like what you said, I don't see a problem with it. I like it, you know. I think it can grow into something quite big and quite special. I thought it was quite good. I mean, I haven't seen the ending. Most finales of a season is not that great anyway, so I'm not expecting anything special. But for what it is, I think it's quite good.
Did you get a look at what's the other one called? The Sea Wakanda or the
Eyes of Wakanda?
Oh, yes, that's something I want to watch.
Yeah,
you know,
put that on the list as well.
I'm definitely gonna touch that. And you know, I've got one of those devices where you can watch other things as well. And you know how much I go on about 24. So there's one part on there called 24-hour TV shows, is it, or series, and one of them was 24. And I've just been sitting down just watching random episodes of 24, bruv. Just ding, ding, ding. Ding. For those that know, yeah. Oh, man,
if you know, you know.
That show was bad, bruv. Bad boy show. But nah, yeah, I haven't really watched anything. There's a film that is coming out. I forget what it's called, but the cast is mad with
Teyana
Taylor's in it.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's good. You know, the cast of it is amazing. I don't know if you're Googling it to see what the film is called, but I saw a little trailer the other day. I'm not big on trailers, but because it was nothing that I had seen or heard of before, I don't mind watching a trailer of something that I've never seen or heard of before, as opposed to a film that I'm looking forward to. So I think that's coming out next week.
It's called One Battle After Another.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
One Battle After Another.
Yeah, it comes out on the 26th. I already got my ticket still. My wife wanted to watch it with me, so I actually bought a ticket.
Boom.
That's not on the day to watch it with her. And she disturbs me in it. I will defend it.
So you're going to tell us what that's like next week then?
If I get a chance.
Lovely. So yeah, man, you can catch me on AK Mr. Wolf on Twitter on AK_Mr. Wolf. What's going on?
Simple.
Yeah, I'm still watching Alien Earth. So next couple of episodes come out of that. So
I was going to start that, you know, but then I don't know. You know what put me off?
What's that?
Was the idea that I thought it was going to be slow because of the films, and then you said the same thing last week on the podcast that it's slow, you know, and I was like, yeah,
it's slow. I think maybe 2 episodes.
Okay,
and then it kicks in. It speeds up quite quickly.
If you like sci-fi, it might be good for you. For me, if you're like the one that touch and go, then it's like.
I like sci-fi.
Yeah,
I love the Alien.
Yeah, so if you love the Alien, you'll enjoy it.
You like Prometheus?
Bad film.
Then you like this.
Yeah,
you'll like it. I also watched Foundation. A whole season came out. I realized late, so I just binged it. So yeah, the whole of that season, watched all of it. I think there's 3 or 4. 4 might be. So yeah, binged that. That was decent. I finished American Gods now as well. That one is a mix and match for me. A bit too much sex in there. Of all types, but I did like the storytelling and the narratives with regards to the myths and that kind of stuff.
I can't like that woman in American Gods, but jeez,
which one? The Nigerian one?
Which one?
There's no dysfunction, but and I would defend it.
Very, very natural.
Let me see.
And shout out to Nancy in that as well.
Yeah.
He got fired from that program.
He did, but I didn't realize that he wrote a lot of the narrative, especially
for his bit, yeah.
For his own bit, and done some directional stuff for the
Yetide.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in anything again though, from my knowledge.
No, I haven't. So yeah, I watched that. I bombed through that. I've watched some other madness called Murderbot. It's an Apple TV program. It's 1 season. That one's really quick. It's like 20-minute episodes or whatever.
What's that?
It's called Murderbot. It's comedy. kind of thing. So don't expect anything big from that. What did I watch today? Today I watched The Pickup. So it's Eddie Murphy, Keke Palmer, and
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the film, but I've seen the advert.
The advert, yeah, slapstick movie, nothing great. I watched it out of respect for Eddie Murphy and Keke Palmer. To be honest, I really like Keke Palmer as an actress. She has a very, very what's her face? She has a very disarming face.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very disarming. It's very disarming. Like you look at her and you just think, oh, kind of thing. But she's a big woman. Do you get what I mean? It's mad. She's got
now the little crush on her back.
Yeah, man. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. So yeah, watched that as well, and that's about it really. It's just been like series, TVs. I haven't been cinema in a little while. I know they're probably up there waiting for me to turn up. But it'd be like that sometimes. I'm probably going to pick up a book to read this week now. At some point, I've been preoccupied with all this secondary school visiting and all that kind of stuff as well. Which is
I did say one or two things about that.
Yeah.
Still.
And that's me.
Okay, cool.
Be good to yourself, be good to each other, Gaza.
All right, going off books, I'm going to recommend My Blood, Your Blood by Laura Henry Elaine and with Angel Salami. Shout out Kenny, that's Kenny's daughter. Kenny Salami.
Oh.
It's about sickle cell. It's a book about sickle cell and it's just come out. It's a children's book. So if you get a chance, please go and check that out. It's called My Blood, Your Blood.
My Blood, Your Blood. Wicked. Shout out.
I'm going to get that still.
Yes. This week I didn't watch any films, but I have been watching season 2 of Gen V. I'm 2 episodes in.
Season 2?
Yeah, Gen V is wicked, man. I like Gen V.
Do you need to have watched the last episode or last season of
The Boys?
The Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say watch that because they're interlinked in a way. So you check that out first before you watch Gen V. But yeah, I've been watching that and that's keeping me company. And I've been watching Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, the original one.
Okay.
Going through that, banging through that, see if I can finish that off soon because I don't think I've ever watched Dragon Ball. I started with Dragon Ball Z, so I've been finding myself in the anime world, you get me? But that's me done and dusted.
Just one quick shout out. I didn't get a chance. If you want us to talk about it next week, just let us know. But we all witnessed greatness when we saw Bud Crawford destroy Canelo Alvarez, who is one of the best boxers of all time, and Crawford has just put himself right at the mantle as easily one of the best. So shout out to him. It was a fantastic performance for me. Some people disagree, but I think that he done a better job at beating Canelo than what he is the great, whether you like him as a person or not, Mayweather did. I think that this version of Canelo is 10 times better.
It is much more complete
than the version that Mayweather fought. But it is what it is. It's all about opinions, but it was really good to witness. And I'm in a couple of boxing groups, and one of the guys, he just sent in a few videos. He was actually there. He never told anyone, but he's there. And that, in terms of financial freedom, some of the things that I would want to do is to be at all the major sporting events. And if I could, I would have been there. Just to witness greatness, man. It would have been nice.
Financial freedom is a state where you can afford the lifestyle you desire without experiencing financial stress, worry, or significant debt. It means having enough income or savings to cover your expenses and meet your goals, allowing you to make life choices based on your values rather than financial limitations. While this isn't a single fixed definition, it is generally involves a strong financial foundation, sufficient savings and investments, minimal debt, and the ability to live on your own terms. Gaza.
Boom.
All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Hashtag at ESN Podcast if you want to hashtag us. At esnpodcast@gmail.com if you want to email. At ESN Podcast on all the social medias if you want to get in contact with us.
Tell them.
And we want to say blessed to all of you that are out there listening. Please rate and review us when you get a chance. And, the way the catchphrase goes.
Remember
that's not the catchphrase.
Remember, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life, baby.